Hello YouTubers, it's Championdjk coming at you again with another video, and this time we've got the Hot Wheels Mopar series. These are popping up in Walmarts. They're popping up on the same pegs, same shelf space as the Honda series from earlier showed up. At my Walmart they're $1.27 each. There are 8 cars in this series. It is the Mopar set in US, found at Walmart. I'm not sure where else they are found in other countries, or if and where they're available anyway. But at Walmart is where they're found here in the US, at least for now. I'm not sure if it's a Walmart exclusive series or what, but that's where they are showing up. So here it is, Mopar series. This is number 1 in the series, 1 of 8. The 2013 SRT Viper in orange. Looking very cool. I do like this Viper casting. This is probably the best Dodge Viper casting from Hot Wheels, in my opinion. I think it's the best looking. It looks really good in this orange color. As you can see, it's got some metal flake action in it, and it just looks really good when the light hits it. Almost changes from like yellow to orange depending on how you're looking at it. And just excellent. Wheel choice is pretty good on it too. This casting debuted in 2012, was in the main line. In the main line in 2014 as well. And it had a couple multi-pack exclusives in 2015 and 16. And then in 2017 it was in the main line. It was also a super treasure hunt, which was pretty cool. And then last year, 2017, it was in the Forza series, the dollar car version of the Forza series, not the replica entertainment part of it. So pretty cool casting. Like the color on it. It does look pretty nice, and definitely a cool one. We got just tampos on the top, headlight tampos, side tampos, nothing on the rear, as these are basically mainline cars. Plastic base, metal body, plastic tires. That's a cool one. I like it. Next up, number 2. I really like this one. This set, all in all, is pretty good, I must say. So this is the Custom 77 Dodge van. This one, of course, I'm after. It is a van, and I do collect van castings. Shout out to that van guy, my local buddy. This casting's been around for a while. It's been around since 2008. It's been released a bunch of times in all sorts of combinations. Metal on plastic, metal on metal, plastic on metal. So there's color shifter versions of this casting where there's a plastic body and a metal base. There's premium versions where there is metal all around, real riders, and there's, this is the more common version, which is metal body, plastic base, plastic tires. Tampo scheme on this one's just excellent looking, got kind of a retro look to it. Also, this van was also in the retro style series, or not the retro style, sorry, the throwback series this year that's found at Target. This casting was also found. So it's getting a little bit of love in the Hot Wheels 50th year. There's 2 different versions of it being released in special series, and it is definitely cool. I like this one a lot. I actually like this one better than the throwback series one that could have been found at Target. I think it's really nice. I like this, like the scheme on it and everything. So you get tampos on the sides, tampos on the front there. Of course, no detail on the rear or the actual front of the car, but it looks great. I think it looks great. That is a great $1.27 car. Next up is number 3, the Dodge Charger Drift. This is an alright casting. I'm not a huge fan of it. Dodge Charger Drift. I'm getting my Chargers and Challengers mixed up. Isn't this supposed to be whatever? Anyway, Dodge Charger. Yeah, it's supposed to be a Charger. I wrote it down wrong on my thing. Dodge Challenger Drift. But anyway, it's a Dodge Charger Drift. It is 2011 mainline. There's been lots of mainline releases of this since it came out, including a K-Day release. I don't think the casting's all that spectacular, even though it is modeled after someone's real car. That was in a drift circuit, so that part of it is kind of neat. I don't remember the driver's name, but when I looked it up, it did say that. The color green is actually really cool. This bright green, I like when they use it. Tampos on it are alright, so it's appropriate, I think, for a drift car. There's no headlight tampos, of course, no taillight. Plastic base, metal body. It's all right. It looks okay. Not my favorite, but again, tampos are really clean and really good on it, so that is kind of neat. All right, this one, another Viper casting. This is number 4, the Dodge Viper GTS-R. This, I think, may be, there's your card art. This might actually be the worst Viper casting that Hot Wheels has ever done, in my opinion. It's been around for a while. It's been around since 2001. And out of all the ones I've seen of this, they've all been a little messed up. The base, I don't know how well you can see it, but just doesn't seem like it sits right. I mean, it hooks into the back, so there's not much, you know, it could be, it's only one rivet here. Here's the base of the car, but the wheel looks off. The proportions of this look silly. I just think it's not a very well done casting. Just looks, to me, pretty ugly. Let me know what you think about this one down in the comments below. As far as all these, though, this is probably the worst executed Viper from Hot Wheels. And it's been around for a while, since 2001. It had some sporadic releases since 2001. It's actually been out quite a few times. But not really one of the Viper castings I really cared to collect, mostly because it is just, I don't know, not very good looking, in my opinion. So let me know what you think about that in the comments down below. All right, so moving on to number 5. This is the 71 Plymouth Road Runner. This is a pretty neat little casting. Just a quick look at your card art. The card art is nice on these, by the way. You know, I'm not here for card art. We're just opening up the cars. This casting's been out since 2012. Got released just a couple of times. Last seen actually hasn't been seen since 2014, I believe, is the last time it's been released into a mainline, or at all for that matter. It's pretty basic. The color on it's not the greatest. Yellow and black. I mean, it looks okay. Mopar logo there. Of course, nothing on the front. Of course, nothing on the back. And then you also have plastic base, metal body, chrome interior, because it's part of the bumper piece in the back there. And I mean, it looks okay. I like Roadrunners. I, in general, dig the shape of this car. And Hot Wheels did an okay job of it. Of course, it's got a little bit of exaggerated feature with the large back wheel and kind of that raked stance. But I don't know. It kind of leaves a little bit to be desired. But I'm glad they included it in this Mopar set. So I just wish they would have kind of picked a different color, maybe. I don't know. Yellow looks okay sometimes, but on this car, I just don't. With those tampos, the black accents, I don't think it's that great. So side tampos, top tampos is all you get really on this one. And that's it. All right. This one, not a terribly exciting one, but it is cool that they did include it. This is the DIXIE Challenger. The reason why this casting is cool that they included it, since it is the 50th anniversary of Hot Wheels, this casting actually originated back in 1981, so it is an old casting. This, of course, isn't the original tooling, but the original tool was released in the 81 mainline. And so that is kind of cool that it dates back to like an old Blackwall. And it was retooled then in 2008. It's been released a handful of times. It was last seen actually in 2014 in a Demolition Derby 5-pack with some weird tampos on it. So it hasn't been released since then, so it's been a while. This has been 4 years since the last time it was released. So you got copyright date 2007. So yeah, retooled in 08, that makes sense. It's probably retooled in 07 and then released in 08, but yeah. It looks alright. Of course, the original casting, I believe, had metal base, metal body. I don't have an original one to show you, but I guess the only reason why this thing is probably good to be included in the set just because it is an old, well, it's based on an old tooling from an old Blackwall Hot Wheels. So that's kind of cool. All right. Next up is this one, the 70 Dodge Challenger RT. And just, you know, am I crazy? Okay, it's enough that I mix up Challengers and Chargers. But I swear this one on every other card besides this one is listed as a Charger. Like, am I wrong or am I right? Why is that confusing? When I looked it up, and I looked up Hot Wheels Wiki, which I admittedly I use that for a lot of my sources when I'm in a hurry to make a video, because it's quick and easy. But I swear this thing was released as a Dodge Charger RT before. Am I wrong? Somebody let me know if I'm crazy or not. Does it say the name on the base? No, it doesn't. And this just further adds to my confusion when I mix up Dodge Chargers and Challengers. But I swear, I don't know. Is it a Dodge Challenger RT or is it a Dodge Charger RT? The quickest way to get a correct answer on the internet is to say the wrong thing. So I swear that this was listed as a Dodge Charger RT somewhere else, but I could be completely crazy. All right, anyway, that aside, it has had several releases, including Fast and the Furious releases. Even in the Replica Entertainment, it was, or Retro Entertainment at that time, was a Fast and the Furious release. It's also seen in the Throwback series this year. And I think I looked at a picture of that card, and I swear it said Charger RT. Man, and it's not on the base, so I guess it really doesn't matter. You guys let me know in the comments down below. Is this a Challenger or a Charger? Because now that I'm looking at it, I'm thinking it's a Challenger. I don't know. I'm completely confused. Completely confused. And as I've mentioned before, I'm not really a Mopar guy. I like Dodge Vans, and I like Dodge Vipers, and some other stuff too, but I always get confused between these two. And anyway, so that's that. It looks pretty cool. It's a nice addition. Oh, by the way, in the cases are coming in cases of 10, and the cases have 2 of each of these models and 1 of each of the other ones. So these are the ones that they picked to have 2 of each in, and they are definitely peg warming. So just so you know, everything else is getting scooped up, but those are getting left behind. Now, last but definitely not least, is this 1970 Dodge Power Wagon. This is really cool that they included this casting in this release. For one, it's a truck. Of course they got to include a truck. When you're talking about Mopar, Dodge, why wouldn't you include a truck? But this is probably the coolest truck they could have possibly included, the 1970 Dodge Power Wagon. Why is this so cool? Well, this one has a metal base and a metal body. It's the only way it's been tooled. This casting originally debuted in the Garage series, where it had, I think, 3 different variations of it. I think one's just like a slight variation, but 2 really different paint schemes. Other than that, it's been released as RLC cars, or not really RLC, convention cars. 2013 RLC Party in the 27th annual convention, and then in 2015 it was in the 29th annual convention as a convention car in purple. This is the only thing, the closest this has ever been to the main line since it's been released in 2011. And we see it in this Mopar series. So yeah, people are picking these up when they see them. The only tragedy is the wheels, because these aren't that great. I mean, they look okay for off-road wheels, but I think a lot of people will pick these up. Customizers will probably pick a lot of these up because they want to make this truck, and now they can finally get one cheap. Finally get a casting cheap, because before, I mean, you're going to pay out the nose for the Garage series, you're going to pay way out the nose for the RLC Party car and the other convention car. This is the cheapest and most accessible this casting has ever been. And so definitely, you know, if you're a customizer or whatever, anybody, you know, really probably won't leave too many of these behind. It's begging for a wheel swap though, for sure. I'll leave mine stock. It's the only Power Wagon in my collection, and it's really cool to be able to get one of these castings, because before I just wouldn't really probably be able to get one unless I found a great deal on one. So that's going to be it for this. Sorry about all the Challenger Charger confusion, but someone will set me straight. I'm sure they will. I swear when I looked it up though, whatever. Anyway, so my 2 favorites are going to be these 2. Right here, hands down, the van and the truck. I would say 3rd favorite is this Dodge Viper. And moving on, we got the Roadrunner's pretty cool. I mean, the drift car's all right. This Challenger Charger's pretty cool. And then this one, it's a Challenger, right? Whatever. And then this one is okay. This is awful. It just is. They should not have included this Viper casting. I would have been happier with the RT10 put in there, the original Viper casting. This one just, I don't know, it stinks. All right, that's going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for checking it out. Hope you enjoyed it. And, yeah, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.